Welcome to a mental fucking health philosophy and shit with Sean Mashup. Let's start talking about malaise and then let's get weird. Malaise is defined as a general feeling of discomfort, illness, or uneasiness whose exact cause is difficult to identify. I think we all know what the fuck I'm talking about. We call it a funk, a bad mood. It's this ethereal shittiness we can't seem to target. The mind, though, doesn't put up with such ambiguity, and our wrinkly pink meat computers evolved to categorize and label the waves of quantum foam, collapsing into photons of light and sound waves and temperature, taste, and pressure, and thus we piece it all together and form a model of reality. We call this reality my life. Funny thing about reality, though, is that we can only see 0.0035% of what's actually out there in the visible fucking spectrum. Anywho, our wrinkly pink meat computers channel the information that's coming from our senses, and it's channeling it into well-worn grooves in our mind. Have you ever gone on a hike in the hills during a storm and observed how millions of separate raindrops travel down the path of least resistance and come together into trickles that join into streams that feed into rivers, all the while eroding those waterways even deeper? Our fucking mind is like that, but instead of waterways, we have neural pathways, and the water of thought is made of fucking electricity. What's so fucked about malaise is that there's no discernible reason present in our reality to cause our shitty feeling. But guaranteed, our minds will fish about and find something, or assign something, and then we're just playing the blame game, all the while wearing deeper channels of stress, of anxiety, or depression, or a general malaise at best into our minds. Let's talk about how movie projectors work. There's a white light that shines through a strip of rapidly moving film, which then projects an image onto a screen. This is basically how we work, and there are stages of how aware we are of this process. Initially, we forget we're watching a fucking movie, and we're totally absorbed with whatever's going on the screen, both good or bad. This is our normal default state. Then maybe we remember it's just a fucking movie, and we start picking it apart in a more technical way. We think about the special effects or the skill of the actors. This is a natural progression for the scientifically minded or those who are eventually inclined to figure it the fuck out. The next stage is when we start to study the projector itself, and we focus on the strip of moving film, also known as the process of thinking. And we become observers of our own thoughts, and we see how our thoughts in a sense project our reality. Then once we become unidentified with thought through observation, we realize we've been that white light of awareness shining through the whole fucking thing all along. So what in this scenario is truly you? Are you the projection of dancing light on a screen? Are you your life? Can you hold on to those good happy scenes, or are you helplessly transitioned into tragedy and suffering? Where's the consistency? Are you the strip of moving film? Are you your thoughts? How can we be our fucking thoughts when they're changing every few seconds? Where's the continuity? Throughout our lives, the cells in our meat tractors die and are replaced constantly, like tiny universes being created and destroyed within us, over and over again, until the you were a number of years ago no longer even exists. And thoughts. How many fucking thoughts and moods have you been through? Countless. Your understanding of things collapse into new paradigms, and your beliefs are hopefully being upcycled to more resonant structures. But all through these changes and things that come and go, there remains a sense of me-ness. When old us thinks about young us, although our body and thoughts and circumstances were completely different, we still think of young me as me. That me-ness is silently witnessing, perpetually shining through your film. That's you. You're not the various beads on a necklace, you are the continual string of consciousness that holds them all together. There is an I that must be present before you say, I am such and such. There is an awareness before the of that must be present before you become identified with your own thoughts. There is an experiencer of experience, a thinker of thoughts, a feeler of feelings, a doer of actions, a dreamer of dreams. Even when you dream that you're someone else, you're still fucking you. That's a clue. There's a continual light in the back of the fucking movie projector, and it's the only thing that never changes. That light doesn't give a shit. If you play a horror movie in front of it, or a love story, or a comedy, or a drama, it shines through whatever fucking strip of film you load into it. Your thoughts create the movie of your life. So back to malaise and feeling shitty. The data that your wrinkly pink meat computer is organizing and sending through these neural pathways is one you've unconsciously developed over time. And if you want to change it, then you have to first understand it through observation. Recently, my wifey Pooh says to me, she says, when you say observe your thoughts, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And it occurred to me that maybe lots of motherfuckers don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because everyone thinks so differently. So the easiest way to start to untangle your awareness from the of is self-talk, or changing your inner dialogue. Instead of thinking, I feel like shit, you think, I'm aware of a shitty feeling in my mind, and perhaps there's a physical correlation, like, and a churning in my gut, or a tightness in my chest, like that, get it? You make a subject, you, and an object, thought. Your thoughts command your cells and weave your reality, and everything in reality is made of change. The part of you that is not made of change is that pure and ineffable light of consciousness behind thought, and by its unchanging nature, it reveals itself to be beyond reality, unaffected by reality, but also a prerequisite for reality to exist. No fucking light shining, no fucking movie. Now, there's no one process or one path fits all bullshit, and you don't need a guru or workshop or subscription. It is enough that you become aware of the continuity of I-ness throughout your changing life, thoughts, and paradigms. And if the fire of aspiration to figure it the fuck out starts burning up, then buckle up, because everything in your life will become revealed as something wholly contrived to uncover your original nature, including your malaise and suffering itself and its cruel but masterful tutelage. Now, there's only so far we can go with effort. An eyeball cannot see itself, but at some point a thing might happen, something indescribable, something that separates actual you from imagined you. Some call it ego death, awakening, rigpa, but fuck all those definitions, because the thing is beyond all definitions, and from a state of wakeful attributeless, a sense of pure existence or unattached awakeness of the substratum of existence, you see what it's all about, and you happily go sit your ass back in one of those movie theater seats, and you genuinely enjoy the show for the first time, with full experiential awareness of its intricacies and unconditional enjoyment of every scene. Not just a happy fun shit, but even suffering becomes a delight. There's an old Zen saying, it goes, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry fucking water. Then after enlightenment, chop fucking wood and carry fucking water. This koan can be applied to every one of us right now, wherever we are within our process. It speaks of a vast, incomprehensible cycle of birth and death, in which joy and suffering, contentment and malaise are just a spinning coin, and we are the axis of that coin. And our exposed middles, without being shunted through pathways and paradigms, become still pools. And we reflect the sky in our surface, yet the sky can never get wet, nor can a movie screen ever burn from a scene where something is on fire. You are existence itself, shining through a tiny aperture like a hole in a dam, and that infinite pressure is yours to do with in accordance with how wide your will opens your hole. Anywho, instead of looking at your malaise and moods and suffering as something happening to you, fucking pan out a little and get as close to that light of wakeful existence as you can. It's located inside of you. It's your fucking middle. And instead of being a victim of your own mind, make your mind your bitch and hop on that fucking horse and ride those shitty states to your highest aspirational. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Toodaloo.